Basically, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is for those who couldn't attend my class. And the poem that we are going to discuss today is A Poem for Mother by Robin S. Ngangom. This is not Nanom or Nagangom. This is Ngangom. There are just three nasal sounds. One is Na, the other one is Ma, the third one is Nga. Ma, Na, Nga. So Robin S. Ngangom. So let's first learn about who the poet is. He was born in Imphal, Manipur in 1959. Uh, Keep this in your mind, 1959. I'll explain why it is important as we, move along. He writes originally in English, and he's also a translator. He has translated so many poems, and most of the Manipuri poems translated into English are either by Robin Singangom or Tayanjam Vijay Kumar. So these are two translators you should keep in your mind. And also he has published many works. And the first anthology that he published was Words and Silence, which you can see on your screen, Time's Crossroads, The Desires of Roots, and recently in this year, 2023, he has published My Invented Land by Speaking Tiger. Currently, he teaches at Nehu, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, where he lives right now. So first, the poem. So don't worry, there are some pictures. You can enjoy the pictures. I'll read the first stanza and explain line by line. So the first stanza reads something like this. And before we do that, this is dedicated to Salvatore Quasimodo, who is an Italian, poet. Coincidentally, he won a Nobel Prize in Literature, the Nobel Prize in Literature, in the same year, 1959, when Robin Ngangom was born. Right. So let's jump into the poem. The first stanza reads something like this: Palema Popi, mother who gave birth to me, to be a man, how I hated leaving home 10 years ago. Now these hills have grown on me, but I'm still your painfully shy son with a ravenous appetite. The boy who lost many teeth, emptying your larder. And I'm also your dreamy eyed lad who gave you difficult times during his school days, romancing with every girl he met, even when he still wore half pant. From the first stanza, you understand that there is a foreign word, a Manipuri word, that is Palem Apopi. Palem and Apopi mean the same thing. Manipuris have this tradition of using two words which mean the same. Palem also means mother, Apopi also mother. So when you put these two words together, it means mother who gave birth to me. So you don't have to worry about this term Palem Apopi. But Palem Apopi is not just uh, you know uh, mm, Palem Apopi is different from ma or mother or ima. That is the Manipuri word ima. You can call your friend's mother Ima. You can call your husband's mother Ima or your wife's mother is Ima, but you cannot call your friend's mother is Palem Apopi because she didn't give birth to you. So that's the basic difference. Otherwise, it's almost the same. So the mother who gave birth to me, to be a man, how I hated leaving home 10 years ago. So we are talking about the 70s. You would find here as we move along that this poem is very close to Robin Singangom, Robin S. Ngangom, and you would also hear people talking about this poem being, autobiographical in nature, and that's all true. So in the 70s, he left his hometown, Imphal, and went to Shillong for studies. And in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, many Manipuris went to Shillong for studies because Shillong had and still has the best education in the entire Northeast. So he went to Shillong. He left his hometown 10 years ago, but he hated leaving his hometown. Now these hills have grown on me. Now he has started liking these hills, meaning Shillong. If you go to Shillong, you'll understand how beautiful Shillong is with the pine trees and rolling hills, blue hills. It's just amazing. And it has gradually over the time has grown over him. But I'm still your painfully shy son with a ravenous appetite. But still, even if he's in Shillong, he's still the same son who had a ravenous and amazing appetite. He could eat a lot, and this habit of eating a lot, or rather, desiring to eat a lot, is again, extended in the next two lines. He says, "The boy who lost many teeth, emptying your larder." So he has lost many teeth, as a child growing up eating chocolate and other stuff. You developed all this sorts of tooth problem, and he had developed this tooth problem, emptying the boxes, biscuit boxes, chocolate boxes, whatever is there. And I'm also your dreamy eyed lad who gave you difficult times during his school days, romancing with every girl he met, even when he still wore half pants. So while growing up, while still a child, he was this dreamy-eyed lad who was, very, in a sense, lost in his own world, very dreamy, and also desires to romanticize everything that happens in and around him, and he also romanced with every girl he met. This is not some physical desire that he has developed. This is what happens when when you are growing up and desiring to achieve something. You may call it puppy love, or you may say that without any aim, without any scope, he's just romancing with whatever he comes across or whatever is there on his path. And there is this one very nice phrase here: still wore half pants. I'll give you a bit of a context to this particular phrase, and that is, in the 80s and 90s and 70s, uh, there there were hardly any private schools in Manipur. There were just government schools, and in government schools, students, we were not allowed to wear full pant, and you can only wear full pant, full length pant from sixth standards onwards. Till the fifth standard, you have to wear half pant. If you come to the school wearing full pant while you are still in fifth standard, the teacher will beat you off. That's for sure. So while he was still a kid, even when he was in the fifth standard, fourth standard, he was just romanticizing with everything. Let's go to the second stanza. You told your children that money and time do not grow on trees, but how does one ever learn to use them? With a question mark. It isn't that I have forgotten what you have come to mean to me, although I abandoned so much and left so little of myself at home to remember me. This is a very heart-wrenching sort of an explanation which the poet has given here, and that is, how his mother advised him that money and time do not grow on trees. You should not waste time. You should know how to use money, because people of Manipur were extremely poor in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And time for a student is very, very precious, very, very important. You have to study all the time. But how does one ever learn to use them? There is not even a single person in this world who can claim that he is the only person who can, utilize time and money judiciously. There is no one in this world who can use time and money judiciously. It isn't that I have forgotten that you have come to me, although I have abandoned so much. So he hasn't forgotten what he had abandoned in his life. He hasn't forgotten the role his mother has played in his life, all those advices, all those teachings, and also the connection he has with his mother. But now that he has left Manipur, Imphal, and have sort of a sense of getting settled in a different city, which is Ceylon. He says, and the left so little of myself at home to remember me. He has left so little at home, that is Manipur, so that his mother remembers him. Meaning he hasn't achieved anything, he hasn't done anything while he was still a kid. While growing up, he didn't live anything which his mother would, remember, anything significant which his mother would cling on or remember with. Next stanza is, I know how you work your fingers to the bone, as all mothers do for unmarried sons, aging husband and liberated daughters in law, worried about us for a long time. Your lips couldn't flower into a smile, lines have furrowed your face, and the signs of snow are on your hair. The stanza is self explanatory, and you would understand how Manipuri mothers work and almost become breadwinners of the family. And the poet is saying that I know how you work your fingers to the bone, as all mothers do. As all mothers do in Manipur. His mother had also worked really, really hard. Why she worked really hard? Here comes the number of persons. Number one, for unmarried sons. In this case, let's consider this unmarried sons as the poet himself and his younger brothers. Aging husband, the husband who's aging, who cannot work any longer, and the third, liberated daughters-in-law. So when we talk about liberated daughters-in-law, the word, the term liberated is uh, slightly problematic, and I'll explain to you why it is problematic. And I'll give you the cultural and social context to this particular phrase, liberated daughters-in-law. See, remember, mothers in Manipur work really, really hard. And secondly, they are hardly educated. But when the educated generation come along, and when they become, daughters-in-law, then what happens is, they have this habit of, giving excuses that I have worked really hard, uh, I have this work, I have to finish this work in the night, I cannot do this, I'll wake up late, etc., etc., etc. So the daughters-in-law cannot fulfill the duties that a mother does. And I'll explain to you uh, what a mother does right from the morning till dusk. And you can correlate and you can understand better when we move to the uh, subsequent stanzas. So worried about us for a long time, your lips couldn't flower into a smile. Since you have worried so much about us, your lips couldn't flower into a smile. This is a very nice way of expressing how mothers, since they worry so much about, you know, her sons and daughters-in-law and Asian husband, they cannot even find time to smile. Lines have furrowed your face and the signs of snow are on your hair. This is a peculiar way of Manipuri way of expressing how someone is aging. Lines have furrowed, your skins have turned into wrinkles, and you have snow on your hair, meaning you have gray hair right now. Let's go to the next stanza. Today is on every day you must have reason with temple bells before cockcrow, swept the floors, and after the sacred bath, cooked for the remainder of us. I can see you returning every dusk from the bazaar, your head laden with basket. So I have look at the screen and I have two pictures. Today is on every day you must have risen with temple bells before cockcrow. Now, on the right side of the screen, you have this old lady praying to this Tulasi, which we call Brinda or Brinda Devi. So I'll give you the cultural context. Maitais, who are the dominant tribe in Manipur, are Vaishnavites. So culturally speaking, the lady of the house, the woman of the house, wakes up early in the morning, and that is sometimes at the first cock crow. And after she wakes up, the first thing she would do is sweep the floor, the cleaning of the floor. Then after that, she would take the sacred bath. Why she takes a bath is for the fact that if she doesn't take a bath, she is not allowed to cook. Call it superstition or call it whatever you want, but a woman must take a bath before cooking. That is the norm. So, so she would wake up early, sweep the floor, then take the sacred bath, then cook for the remainder of us. I can see you returning every dusk from the bazaar, your head laden with baskets. The second part of stanza points to the left side of your screen, the picture on your left side, and that is, the eternal economy of Manipur is handled by imas. Imas are basically mothers. Women handle eternal economy of Manipur. In Manipur, you will not find any man selling vegetables. You will not find any man selling clothes and jewelry and other items. That's the reason why in Manipur we have this Ima market, the system of Ima markets. All the markets are manned by women, especially selling. Buying, men, women do that, but uh, women would man the bazaars, the markets. This picture is from epauinet.net and taken in front of Imam Market. This is a very famous market. If you get a chance to visit Manipur, so do surely visit this place and you'll find how the market is thriving with women, vendors, sellers, etc. So, coming back to the poem, what the poet is saying that he sees his mother waking up early in the morning, the first one to raise up in the family, does her household chores, cooks for everyone, and In the afternoon, she goes to bazaar market, sells vegetables and other stuff, then comes back with whatever she couldn't sell, laden on her head with the basket. So even me, I sometimes picture my mother coming back from bazaar with vegetables and other things, heavy load, heavy basket laden on her head. So this is a peculiar picture which we have in our minds. Let's go to the next stanza. Must you toil? Must you end toiling forever? Why don't you stop? What the poet is saying is, why don't you stop? Must you continue forever? Why do you work so hard? For what reason do you work so hard? And almost like apologizing to his mother, the poet says, I am sorry, Palem. Mother, I'm really, really sorry. I have inherited nothing of your gentle ways or culinary skills. I have not inherited anything from you. Manipuri mothers are famous for their cooking skills. I haven't learned anything how to cook any Manipuri dish, anything that is delicious, or the gentle ways of a mother. The gentle ways of a mother is is also sort of a signal to the other side of a woman. And you might come across many women who turn all of a sudden very, very ferocious. And the best example that I can give you is the Maira Paivis, women torch bearers. Of your gentle ways or culinary skills, forgive me for all your dreams of happiness during your remnant days. I only turn out to be a small man with small dreams. So he's saying that I know your days are numbered. I'm really sorry for this phrase. I know you don't have much time to live, but let me also tell you that I just turned out to be a small man with small dreams. What what the point is trying to tell here is that he couldn't achieve much. The mother had many dreams and aspirations. The mother envisioned that her son would achieve so much in life. And the 70s and 80s society was transforming. There were many achievers. Uh, People were constructing nice houses. People were buying cars. People were doing things. But compared to those who have achieved so much, monetary wise, the point is saying that I haven't achieved much and I have really, really let you down. I just turned out to be a small man with small dreams. To give you a background to this, particular mm, stanza, on your left there is this St. Edmund's College in Ceylon. Why it is significant is because after graduating and after passing MA, Robinson Ngangom taught at St. Edmund's College from 1986 to 1988. And in 1989, he joined NEHU as an assistant professor. The last salary that Robinson Ngangom got was 1,900 only as a college teacher in 1988. So life was really, really hard for him. That's the reason why he says, I just turned out to be a small man with small dreams. Monetary wise, he couldn't achieve much. So this is the poem. And if you have any queries, anything that I need to explain further, then you can send me a message or type something in the comment. Thank you.